Hey guys, this is Python lesson 9, which is all about tuples. So the topics that this video will explore are what are tuples, tuple length, and how can you create a tuple with just one item, what kind of data types tuple can have, actually tuple items can have, and how to use type function, what is tuple constructor. So our first topic that we have is what are tuples. So tuples are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Tuple is one of the four built-in data types in Python which is used to store the collections of data. As we know that the other three data types that Python have are list, sets, and dictionaries, and the topic on which we are is tuples. Now, in the case of list, you might be remembering about the use of square brackets. But in the case of tuples, we use the round brackets. Now, this is an important thing you should remember in the case of syntax. Now, and also you should know that all of these have different qualities and usage. And a tuple, when we are considering only a tuple, then it is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable. It is written with round brackets, and here is the syntax of how you can create a tuple. And you can say this is the name of the tuple. These are the three values of the tuple. Now, moving forward, tuple items are ordered, unchangeable, and it allows to duplicate values. Tuple items are indexed. The first item has index 0, the second item has index 1, and it will go on like this. So let me just erase all this part. So this is the first value you can see, and it has the index number 0. It is the second value which has the index number 1, and it is the third one which has the index number 2. And if we have 4 and 5, well, two more values, then the index number for the fourth one would be 3, and for the fifth one it would be 4. So if you want to calculate the index number of any value on any position, you have to subtract 1 from the position in here. For suppose it is 5, then the index number is 4. It is simple thing. Now, when we say that tuples are ordered, it means that the items have a defined order and that order will not change. And when we are talking about unchangeable, then this means that we cannot change, add or remove items after the tuple has been created. Now, what does value duplicates here mean? It means that in a single tuple, two items of the same value can be there because tuples are indexed and so they can have items with the same value. Now talking about tuple length. So to determine how many items a tuple has, we use the length function. Now len here stands for length only. You can see this. Now here you can see that this is our tuple, and here we are using the print command, and we are using this length function to print how many items the tuple has. And here inside the round brackets we have to put the name of the tuple. So let's firstly begin with creating a new tuple, that would be fruits, and I will be using the round brackets and mango. Let me add now, let me add orange now, and then I will add banana. Now moving forward, we have to say print fruits. Now this would print our tuple. Let me just make you see this code, the output of this code. You can see how it is coming, and this round bracket denotes the tuples of the Python. Now we want to get the length of the length of the tuple. Now for that we will use the length function, and we will add len in here, and we will close this bracket. Now we are going to save it and then say alt plus F5. If alt plus F5 is not working, use F5. Um, Now you can see the output. We are getting 3. And here also you can see when we count these values, and there are 1, 2, 3 values. And we are getting the answer 3. So that's working absolutely fine. And this is how you can use the len function to get the number of values present in a tuple. Now moving forward, how can we create a tuple with just one item? So to know that to create that, you can see that here we have a single value, that is apple, and here you can see a tiny comma, and it plays a very big role in here. It is a champion in here. Why? Because let's firstly try the simple coding like this by removing all the extra items from the tuple. Let's move to our code and just remove this part, and you can see I have done that. Now we will save it, and then we will press Alt plus F5. You can see we are getting the answer. Actually, we are using the len function in here. Now when we save it and Alt plus F5, you can see we are getting mango. It is simple, but notice one thing in here. The round brackets are gone missing. Why is this happening? Because the thing we now have is not a tuple but a string. So this is a characteristic of a tuple and as well as for list, but there's a bit difference. If we're talking about list, then there should be square brackets around the values, and in the case of tuple, there should be round brackets. You can see here there are neither the round brackets nor the square brackets. So this means that this is neither a list nor a tuple. So what is it? Does this contain ABCs? Yes, so this is a string. Now you might be thinking I wanted to create a tuple, but this is a string. What to do now? So in the PPT you can see this tiny little comma, which is a champion of the game, because without this we cannot create a tuple with just one value. Let me just move to my IDLE, and if I add this little comma in here and save it and preview it, boom, you can see this round brackets, and this signifies the tuple. And this is how you can create a tuple with just one value. So this was the important part. Now moving in the tapping on the PPT, you can see these are the data types that a tuple can have. Tuples can have strings which contain ABC. Int is for 1, 2, 3. Boolean is for true, false. Now remember, string is to be we have to put the strings inside the double quotes. For numbers there is no need, and for boolean too there is no need. And also a tuple can have different data types in just one tuple. We can mix all of these. Now let's try this out. Let's add 56 in here. We can add 98 in here and 9 in here. Now let's put true and false too. As these are boolean values, there is no need of double quotes. This should be capital. Now we can add another fruit name in here, cherry. So let's save it and run it. You can see it is coming out to be perfect, and there's no error at all. So this means we can mix all these data types in just one tuple. Now coming to the type function. Type function helps us to know whether what we have created is a tuple or not. So for example, I want to know whether this thing is a tuple. Like there's one characteristic that in the output, if the round brackets are there, then this means this signifies a tuple. But to confirm it, we can use the type function. Just type here type and then create round brackets, and inside that put the name of the tuple, that is fruits. Then save it and then say Alt plus F5, and you are getting the class tuple. So this means that what you have created is a tuple, and it is a very important topic which is useful in many cases, and it is so simple too. Now moving towards the last topic of the day, tuple constructor. So I will jump on ideally directly without showing you the presentation. Now let's say we are creating this tuple right now and I want to create a tuple and I just forgot which kind of brackets I needed. So what can I type? There is another way to create the tuple too. Just type here tuple and create round brackets. Inside those, to put the values in, you have to create another set of round brackets inside which you have to put the values. For example, mango, orange, and grapes. Now save it, and you can see we are using the type function right now too, and we are getting the class tuple. So this is another way to create the tuple using tuple constructor. And this was the last topic of the day. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new. Stay tuned to watch more videos on the same topics but way more advanced. Thank you.